from the Indian reservation to the governmental school.
We're actually the second oldest community in Saskatchewan. Education here dates back to the mid-1800s. Up until the 1970s, education was controlled by the church. In the 70s, there came to be changes. The school had burned down at Halloween of 1972. It took a little bit of time to get a school back and running, and during this time, the Métis Nation became more evident, and there came to be a push that the community wanted control. About 95% of the population in Ile-a-la was and still is Indigenous. The community really wanted to see control of things like language taught in the school, respect for the Cree language. They wanted to be aware of who was being hired and fired. There were numerous public meetings. There was a sit-in. In January of 73, they elected an education committee. And so this would kind of be the first board of education for Ile-a-la itself. And on May 6, 1974, there was the minister's order to form the school division. And so by January of 1975, all financial things would be put towards the Ile-a-la School Division #1 at that time.
The minister says he's prepared to go all the way. So how far do you want to go? And they said, all the way. We want complete power. And, bang, all at once it was on their doorstep. And all at once...
Indian control of Indian education was a big concept at the time. So our leadership, they wanted to implement it in Ile-a-la as well. It was a real positive impact. There was a greater push for language, our Michif language, and our culture. So, more exposure to culture and language within the school became a lot more prevalent. It's still really important, that our kids know who they are, where they come from, be able to reflect those types of values within their own lives.
My experience at Rossignol High School has been a culture-based learning. We speak the Michif language very frequently in our school. We integrate that sort of with our culture camp. We have a culture camp about 15 kilometers out from the school where we have little activities where we can go on medicine walks. We can reconnect with nature. We can do all these things that tie us back to our culture. I see all these experiences carrying into my future by just really having a sense of identity. It's creating that identity for me so I know where I came from and I know who I am and what my people are, the Métis people.
We believe that, when the students know their history, know where they come from, their chances of success, it becomes greater.
With the parents having a say into it and the people themselves having control or having something to say into the school, they figured that their children would have a better education.
When you think about grad rate, we started at less than 5% graduating. Now consistently, our 5-year grad rate is 65 and climbing. We're going in the right direction. We know with continued community support, we know with offering a variety of classes and having the rich heritage of our community support our kids, that will only continue to grow over time. I think the idea first started forming about the Premier's Award when we always talk about how we're doing good things in Ile-a-la, but one of the things that we need to work on is maybe celebrating ourselves more. Well, that's going to be 50 years this coming year, What a perfect opportunity to think of all the things that we're proud of in Ile-a-la.
Winning the Premier's Award, just reaffirms, what our leadership was thinking, 50 years ago. I just commend, the leadership of the past and, what they were willing to do, to get our own school division here in Ile-a-la and the importance of that for them.
Receiving this award is especially meaningful to me, knowing that my family has played a vital role in this school division coming to light.